So when I thought about it, I thought, well, mentoring, particularly in the public service, is kind of a number of things. It's kind of like the corridor conversation. It's somebody that you can go to reasonably informally, and you've got the distinction with the grey hair there, and say, you know, like, well, I've just been asked to do this, or this is happening, what do you think? There's also a sense of equality about it, which is a new, you know, as you probably well know, the public service is very hierarchical. So that one of the advantages, one of the benefits of the mentoring schemes are that they do provide a forum, at least on an individual basis, to be reasonably sort of equal in your conversations. There's sort of some hope of some osmotic kind of exchange that supports both people, that they become not as one necessarily, but at least understand what's going on at that more sort of subliminal level. And I guess there's always a hope that you'll end up with a wise person on your shoulder who will keep you going as you need to through the next times. So I just thought what would be useful would just briefly to go through what then is promoted within this public sector as the benefits of for each of the different parties. And obviously, I think often the coaching outcomes are more promoted as an individual, but with the mentoring programs, you can layer the benefits in this way. And you can see that quite clearly and overtly for the individual in these mentoring programs, that professional network is really critical. There's that whole idea of who do you need to know, why do you need to know them, how will knowing them help, how can you approach them appropriately. Getting outside of your own department, particularly if you've got a particularly technical sort of role, and those other ones are reasonably obvious. As a mentor, the sales pitch, if I can put it that way, you know, why would you do it? This idea about building on your own interpersonal skills, which is useful, but also the other thing of building your own professional network as well. And I don't think there's any doubt that the mentoring process acts as a way of identifying people you'd like to work with. You know, it's a mutually satisfying. And then departmentally, the obvious things about leadership and development, you know, supporting it and delivery and performance, but also the other thing is in the public sector with certain parameters around meritocracy and selection, the whole succession planning is not as simple as it is or it can be in other organisations. So there is a need to have mentoring programs so that people have got an ability to be known more widely than they would just working in their own role.
This has been a Swinburne production.